Hi everyone, this is Leanne Wood-Newman. I'm on the KBIS PR and social media team. Welcome to our second Google Hangout. And today we have some special guests I'd like to introduce. The first is Veronika Miller. She's the founder and CEO of Modenus.com. And at last minute, we have a fabulous new addition to the Hangout today. We have Marc, who is the CFO and Director of Marketing for Inside Style, which is a full-service design firm in Las Vegas. Who better to talk about what's happening and what's new in Las Vegas than him? So thanks for joining us. Veronika, you made a big announcement this week about BlogTour Vegas. We're very excited about it. Perhaps for some of the people who, maybe the one person on the planet that doesn't know what BlogTour is, maybe you could talk about that and then maybe give some details about BlogTour Vegas.
Absolutely. We're thrilled to be back with KBIS for the second time. We were in New Orleans earlier this year for KBIS 2013, so we're very excited to bring another group of very talented bloggers to Las Vegas this time, which is our first time. A little background on BlogTour. I'm sure there's more than one person that doesn't know what BlogTour is. Leanne, but thank you. It's a blogger outreach program that brings groups of design bloggers to various design destinations around the world and in the U.S. So we've been all over the place since 2011, in London, in Cologne, in Amsterdam, and back home in New York, in L.A., and very recently, like I said, in April, we were in New Orleans. The idea is to bring brands together with design bloggers, but it's also to leverage everything we do on social media. We're very active on Twitter, on Facebook, on Pinterest, all over the place, and a lot of people are, but BlogTour is really about making the connection real and tangible by actually introducing the people to each other in real life and then taking that relationship to another level to work together to find better solutions and also just to be inspired and to, you know, bring a community much, much closer together than we could have done without the use of technology. So here we are heading to Vegas. Like I said, very excited, not just because I'm very intrigued by Las Vegas because we all know it for its entertainment value, but I think there's a lot more to that city than meets the eye. And as I was doing some research for BlogTour, especially because of the fact that we do visit the trade shows, but we're not all about trade shows. We are about cities that we visit. We want to sort of explore what they really have in stock, what they're all about, how their dynamics are. New Orleans, we had a great chance to spend some time with folks from Make-A-Wish and other initiatives that were all about rebuilding New Orleans after Katrina. So all of that is really important to us. And you know, it was kind of interesting to look for content about Las Vegas. It's a little bit harder to do because there's so much overwhelming information about the casinos and the Strip and the general level of entertainment. So just Googling what's cool in Las Vegas is going to give you mostly that kind of thing, and I think there's a lot more to it. And then Marc came along and I said exactly what we're looking for. So, you know, hopefully we can learn from Marc a little bit and hear what it is all about.
Great. So Marc, perhaps you could tell us a little bit, well, first of all, tell us a little bit about the actual design scene and vibe and everything in Vegas, and then maybe you can share some kind of cool areas or things to do, things that our designer attendees might be interested in.
Well, thank you. I think there's a real excitement in Vegas right now in that we've always had an iconic image as far as design, whether you agree with it or not, because we have somewhat of a bad rap. There's no culture, so you have this neon-y, flashy component to it. But as you've seen in recent years, there's a very modern, wonderful movement that's moved. You see what they've done on the Strip with crystals. And now downtown has really taken hold. We have an extraordinary museum coming here. We're not sure when it's going to be funded, but it's going to be called the Modern. And the architecture is extraordinary. So what you're seeing is this real wonderful, rich opportunity for design that you don't see anywhere else, because if you were to try something like this in New York, it's really pretty much set in stone. New York, Chicago, you don't have that same opportunity. So I think there's this huge opportunity for design here in Las Vegas. So we're really excited. There's been a real explosion downtown. I really feel that designers always try and stay on top of the trends and really create new trends. And what you're seeing downtown right now is something that's going to be looked at in years to come. It's really, really quite exciting. Some of the things that really are exciting down here are there's three elements that are really cool. You have the cultural corridor, which houses our neon boneyard, which really goes back to our iconic neon signs. And when you visit that boneyard, it is just really a very special event. We also have the Fremont Street, which is exploding. I don't know how many of you know of Zappos, but Tony Shea has poured, he's allotted 350, I don't know how much he has done today, but properties, and it's really exciting what's going down there. And he really gets the creative class. He understands the need for fashion. Shoes are the landmark of what he does. So it's really exciting. And then we have the Arts District, and I think that any community in design has to embrace their arts, because that is where true innovation comes through. You want to be at a place that what's been invented. Where did a computer get invented? It's like in somebody's garage, and these are the kind of places that are really exploding downtown right now. And I'm really excited. I'm probably one of the biggest cheerleaders here to share what is exciting about Las Vegas right now. I'm not just an owner of a design firm, but I also chair an arts district board, and I'm also on the authority board for charter schools, so education is important to me as well. But those are things that are really exciting right now, and I'm looking forward to sharing this with all of you, because it's really something very special. And I think in the years to come, you'll see that it's an extraordinary time to be part of Las Vegas.
That's so amazing, because I think people do have that perception, just the one-dimensional of just the entertainment and the shows and the casinos. But there's so much more, and I think our designer attendees for KBIS need to know that. It's a culturally rich location, and I think Veronika is going to discover a lot of that on BlogTour Vegas, so that's incredible. Now, Marc, you've been, we're going to share your blog address, if that's okay.
Wonderful.
And perhaps some of these could appear on your blog. Do you want to give the URL for that, and so we can remind people on our social platforms to check back and see some of these ideas that you've talked to us about today?
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's LasVegasInteriorDesign.net, and yes, that's great. We are on Facebook, Inside Style, Twitter. All of our handles are on there, so I encourage you to reach out to me. And if there's any questions, like I said, I'm really excited. I can't even begin to talk about all the things that are going on. So that LasVegasInteriorDesign.net is our blog web address.
Okay, very cool. I have to ask, this neon boneyard, is it? It's all the old neon signs from like the glory days of like the 50s, 60s. Is it?
Yes.
Have they all been saved?
They haven't all been saved because, as you know, Las Vegas really has a history of exploding things. So there have been a lot that have been exploded. So, but there's some really extraordinary ones. I get really kind of, chills when I think about it. Some of them are so cool. The Moulin Rouge, it's like there's really some exciting things, and at night it's really special. So, yeah, it's really, really cool.
That sounds like a must-see for sure. That's incredible. Sure. I had never heard of it. Veronika told me about it. I was like, wow, that must be cool. Now, Veronika, I understand that KBIS is going to keep the BlogTour team quite busy at the show. You're coming. You have kind of an official role with 2 of our big awards programs. Can you talk about that a little bit?
We are, yeah. BlogTour is very much moving from being the audience to being directly involved in the process at KBIS, and we really love that. Just one last word to Marc on this. We will carve out the time for that boneyard because I'm just completely thrilled by that idea, and whatever else we can do. And if we have to keep BlogTour up until 2 o'clock in the morning, we will see it all. They may collapse. We may be wheeling them out, not in such good shape, but hey, it's Vegas, and that's kind of what happens. So, but yes, on the show floor, really heavy agenda this time in terms of the coverage that we're going to provide for the show. We have a lot of great brands that we're working with, and the show has selected us to be the judges for both Best of KBIS Awards as well as the Innovative Booth Awards. Really excited. The second one is brand new. It really is encouraged for exhibitors to really think about the messaging that they're pushing out with a big show like KBIS. It's very big. It's going to be very packed this time around. It's a great opportunity for a brand to sort of really say, here's what we're all about. Here's our sort of our dynamic, and what better way than a great and very creative booth to represent that. Doesn't have to mean the biggest will win. It's one of those things where I think we as a team are really looking forward to looking at creativity. So hopefully a lot of brands will jump in here and have some fun with their exhibit and play a little bit with their audience's own creativity and provide them with some new inspiration. Best of KBIS has been a great format for many years, but again, we're refreshing it this year. BlogTour will be on the ground before the show even opens on February 4th, and we'll be walking the entire show floor. The Best of KBIS pieces will all be displayed within the exhibit, and giving us a chance to really take a good long look, and not just virtually or on paper, but actually experience everything that people have submitted. And then we'll be influential judges. Bribes are not allowed, but if you want to send wine, beer, chocolate, we're okay with that.
Yes, gourmet food, anything, right?
Anything, yeah, sure.
Okay, good. Okay, that's great. I guess we can wrap up for today. This is our final Hangout of 2013. Hard to believe it's almost over. Our next one, actually on January 3rd, we'll talk about those Innovation Booth Awards in a little bit more detail, and we're hoping to have a few of the manufacturers who are in the award program talk about the process behind building their booth. So that's going to be very exciting. So thank you so much, Veronika Miller from Modenus. Thank you so much, Marc Abelman. That was fantastic that you could join us today. We're so looking forward to exploring your city, and it's going to be very exciting. So happy holidays to everyone, and thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.